Question: why do these two products always seem to get a bad rap? And I really don't get it. I'm still baffled by it. Let's talk about it. Back in a minute. Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City. Saves money. And I love, love, love helping people to keep some more of their own hard earned money. How's everybody doing today? I hope, as always, that this audio video is hopefully doing well for you and for me. There you go. I want to talk to you today about a couple of product types of products that for some reason to this very day, and I really am baffled by it, why do these items get such a bad rap or reputation? Canned goods and frozen goods. And I'm like, I don't get it. Really? All right, let's talk about the pros of having canned goods on hand. Well, one is longevity. I can safely stockpile it. I can know that, gee, my can of peas is there if I want them in a month from now. They have a decent shelf life and it's just there. And usually I get a pretty good price on canned goods. So that's a pro. What's a con? Honestly, I personally don't find one. But there are some people that argue, well, they're loaded with sodium. Well, you could always go for the low sodium option. This is not like 50 years ago when there was not a low sodium option. And even if you cannot find a low sodium option, what's to stop you before you use that product? You empty it out of its canned juices. That's there to preserve them. You empty it out, you give it a quick rinse, and just heat them up as usual. No big deal. Another product that gets kind of sort of a bad rap are frozen vegetables. And I'm like, or fruit or whatever. I'm like, no, that shouldn't, because let me tell you something, you could end up saving money. How many times? Let's go back to the whole idea of fresh produce. Don't get me wrong. According to all the experts, the fresh is, the best way to go. But I personally disagree, but I'm no expert. I'm just saying, okay? What good is a fresh product if it doesn't get used in time, turns bad, and you end up discarding it? Not only did you waste your money, but you're wasting nutrition. So, you know what I mean? A bird in the hand there, that's what I'm saying. That's what's really good about the canned option. Of course, if you can go fresh and you're using it, great. That's wonderful. But in the real world, that doesn't always work. For example, there are people who live in smaller households and there's more fresh produce than ever that they buy or they overestimate it. And unfortunately, it just turns badly. So I'm just saying, equal balancing act. You have to check your inventory and you have to know. But to say no to all canned goods or frozen goods and to be a snob about it, and of course, there's the bird clock. Hi, bird clock. Is just silly. Let's not do that. Now, some stores in the country around this time of the year, boy, this is the longest whistle on this bird clock. Hello, it would be. But some stores in this country during this time of the year, let me tell you something, they have really fantastic sales that some places call like a double can sale type thing. You get a really good deal for your money's worth. And I highly recommend that if you have one of those sales going on, stock up and save. I mean, it's just a great feeling to know that you have that kind of thing. And look at the dates and like realize, boy, this sure does have a good shelf life. Well, let's go back to, let's say, frozen fruit, for example. I like to enjoy a fruit smoothie. I don't necessarily like to enjoy, oh my gosh, I got to get the fresh fruit. I have to peel it. I have to figure out what to do with the skins. I have to cut them up. No, the fresh fruit that's frozen fresh fruit, hello, say that 10 times, it's already available. I could buy a bag of the mixed fruit, okay, that contains the strawberries and the mangoes and the grapes and the cherries. It's all there. And all I have to do is throw that into my smoothie maker type thing. and add maybe some, if I want to add some, some almond milk or some regular milk, whatever I want to add to it, and then just whirl it away. Hello. It is wonderful. It is a great thing to have. I still get my fruit. I don't get the mess, and I use it as I need it. This is one of the secret ingredients. Two things, okay? In case you have not heard me mention this, I'm going to say it again just to say it again for those that might have missed this. One such bargain ever, always, is to keep a package of in the freezer, the frozen one, or even the can, but the frozen one is great because you could use it as you go along. Frozen mixed vegetables. I cannot tell you how many different recipes you can use that in. You can use it in soups. You can use it in stews. You could make your own version of a veggie burger. Okay. And you're just using it as you need it. You're not stuck with it. You're not worried watching the time clock. Oh, I better hurry up and use this so fast because, 2 minutes later it's going to expire, if it's a fresh item. I'm just telling you my personal point of view. So frozen fruits and vegetables really, really are economical and very convenient. How many of you out there, you didn't plan on it, but you ended up wasting a lot of fresh produce? You didn't want to. And that's another thing while we're at it. If you're going to buy fresh produce, get the kind of stuff that takes quite a while to decay. For example, like things like apples versus, let's say, a banana. But guess what? Bananas, they don't really go to waste because you could always right away, when you see them turning too dark for your taste, put it inside the freezer just as is. Just freeze it and save it up for a future banana bread. That's one of the things that kind of bothers me about fresh produce. I don't like food waste. So unfortunately, sometimes when there's too much fresh produce, you end up what? Discarding it. And that's never ever a good thing. But back to the canned items. I don't understand the bad reputation for that. Now, maybe back in the olden days, okay, when things weren't vacuum sealed as well as they could have been, this is not 50, 60 years ago. Here we are in modern times. We could trust this a little bit more, but do stay diligent. Do read your expiration dates. Be knowledgeable on the best by date versus expiration, or don't use type thing. Don't use things from a swollen can. Of course, you should never do that. That can be dangerous. And also, it depends on a dented can as well. They say dented cans, like if it's dented on the bottom, there's a greater chance of contamination versus if it's dented on the top. Everything is a variant, everything is variable to your situation. But please, will somebody please answer the question? What's so bad about canned fruits or canned vegetables? They are the staple of our meals. They give sustenance. They're affordable. I'm still waiting for like the bad answer. What is so bad? If the only thing is the sodium thing, like I said, you have the option to go less sodium, and there are, cans that say no sodium. Or, like I always say, rinse them out. It wouldn't be a bad practice to rinse them out anyway. Put them in your little strainer there and just give it a fast rinse before you heat them up. Just saying, just saying. But dollar for dollar, you are definitely getting more than your money's worth on canned and frozen fruit and vegetables. There you go. All right, everybody. I do need a little bit of help from you if you found value in this video. Hang on. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye bye.